I rise today in opposition of this omnibus budget. First, I'd like to say a couple things, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to thank the Honorable Chairwoman from Livonia for her work and her transparency through this entire budget process. It's been a pleasure working with her. And there are some good things within this budget. We were able to bring some good things back into this budget that were not passed in committee. Now, I'll say up front that this version of the budget is better than the one we previously debated in May. I would be disingenuous if I said otherwise, Mr. Speaker. Now, that's something that we could be proud of. However, considering how awful the budget was before, I guess we should be happy about that, and we had nowhere to go but up. And I'm confident that within this budget, or maybe even the next budget, we will look to correct a few things. One of the main reasons I cannot support this budget today, Mr. Speaker, is the UIA, the Unemployment Insurance Agency. There has been an issue for the past year or more in regards to individuals who were falsely accused of fraud here in our state. And we've taken dollars within this budget and moved it around within the general fund. Yet families have been destroyed from this debacle that has happened. And we have not made these families whole as of yet. That is a main reason I cannot support this budget. And I'm sure like many of my colleagues here in this chamber, you get constituent calls from citizens who ask why our roads are not fixed as of yet. I would like to see more funding in this bill.
Members, if I may have your attention, a colleague is addressing the body. The chair recognizes Representative Durhal.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So when we talk about fixing our roads and making that a priority or repairing our infrastructure, that is something that we can do. And Mr. Speaker, I didn't ask if I could speak to both bills within this budget, but I asked your latitude to do so. I think the school aid budget has made a major improvement. We will all agree that we're putting more dollars in classrooms, but one thing that I cannot agree on is the fact that we are attacking collective bargaining within this budget. There's boilerplate language in this budget that attacks collective bargaining. Says that our teachers' voices don't matter when they come to the table and speak. There's language in this bill that could possibly be unconstitutional, Mr. Speaker, in regards to the school aid budget, that eliminates individuals' right to sue the state. That is wrong, Mr. Speaker. We should not be able to take the rights away from our teachers. We should not be threatening collective bargaining within this budget. That is another reason I can't support this budget. And so I really ask my colleagues to examine what type of budget we're voting on today. Sure, we've made some improvements. But how can we make this budget better? At this point, we can't, Mr. Speaker. It's passed out of conference. We cannot make it better. But one thing I can ask my colleagues is to really examine what we are doing. Are we putting teachers first? Are we putting the voices of our constituents first in regards to our roads? I know I hear it all the time, Mr. Speaker, about the roads. Every day I go home, I drive, just like everyone in this chamber. And we know we can do better with this budget. And so I ask my colleagues to not support this budget and really consider what we are doing by passing this budget. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative.